Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have a video that I'm quite nervous to post because, as you read in the title, parts of this painting are traced. And before I show you the whole speed paint, I want to mention that I'm very open about the fact that there's something traced, and I'm going to show you the sketch so you can see what exactly has been traced. It's just the building. All the painting that was done completely by me. I also, in the end, I color picked, I think, the flowers in the foreground, but other than that, everything else, was picked manually without the color picker tool, if that makes sense. And what else can I tell you? The rocks were done in Photoshop because I have better brushes in Photoshop, and then I switched to Procreate, which is what you will see now. Alright, so why am I nervous about posting this, and why did I trace parts of this painting? So first of all, I think tracing is one of the most controversial topics in the art industry, and I understand why, because a lot of people are confused about if it's okay to use it, when it's okay, and everyone has a different opinion about it, and I'm gonna share my opinion. You are obviously completely allowed to have your own opinion about this and disagree with the things that I'm gonna say here. I have already uploaded this drawing to Instagram a few weeks ago, and in the description also very, very clearly stated that I did trace parts of the sketch, and I showed the sketch, and no one really tried to call me out for tracing, which I think has to do with the fact that I specifically stated that I was tracing. So why did I trace to begin with? The thing with this is this is a study of a Ghibli movie background. This is from Totoro, one of my absolutely favorite Ghibli movies. I freaking love Ghibli, or Ghibli, I don't know how you pronounce it. I think in Germany we say Ghibli. I love this movie and I love their backgrounds, and I've been wanting to do more studies of backgrounds, of actually painted backgrounds, because up to this point I had only done studies of photographs, and I wanted to see how other people paint backgrounds, and I've always loved Ghibli movies and their backgrounds, and I think Totoro's backgrounds were done by Kazuo Oga. I'm not sure if he's the only one who worked on backgrounds for that movie, but that's kind of the name that always gets thrown around, so I'm gonna name him here and give credit to him. And I wanted to practice painting with this one, and not specifically architecture, although that is something that I definitely need to practice, let's be real. So I wasn't really trying to draw this at first. I kind of chickened out when I started drawing this, and kind of realized that it's very hard to draw architecture, and I was so excited about starting to paint that I just wanted to jump into painting, and that's why I skipped over the part with the house and traced that. And I think it's okay to do that. It definitely is not as effective as actually drawing it yourself and practicing it, which is something that I definitely should have done, because that's the only way you're gonna get better at it, right? But to me, I often have these moments where I chicken out with studies, and then I trace a part of it, and usually I don't upload those things because I just don't want to upload stuff that's traced. But with this one, I thought I still have put work into this, and I'm proud of how I managed to paint this, and I just wanted to show this. And I think when you're very, very clear about the fact that you have traced, I think that's okay. Maybe don't always trace and then upload something, but if it happens once in a while and you're very, very clear about the fact that you did trace and you name the original artist, I think you're not trying to deceive anyone like that. And this is just part of the process, and I think a lot of people forget that tracing is a legit technique that people have used in the art industry. If you look at the old Disney movies, they used to film actors do, for example, the dance moves, and then they just traced them and did their animations that way. And that's why, for example, Snow White, her movements, they look so real because they traced. And obviously they traced their own material, and they didn't trace someone else's art and then claim it's theirs. So that's why it's legit to do that. And I did trace someone else's artwork, but I never ever ever would claim it as my own. So you cannot give me any credit for the sketching and the line art of this, and you can't even give me full credit for the painting because I copied as a study, and that's all that this is and ever will be. I would never sell prints of this. I will never go around and show people and be like, I drew this all by myself, because this is not what happened. And I think if you're very, very transparent about the fact, then that's alright. That is my opinion on tracing, and that's why I also wanted to share this speed paint with you on YouTube and discuss this, because I'm very interested to know your opinions about tracing. And do you agree with what I just said, or do you find that tracing is never okay in any circumstance? So if you have an opinion about this and you want to share it, definitely feel free to discuss this with me in the comment section. I would be very interested to know what you guys think about this. And I hope this video didn't come off as me being defensive about this, because literally no one called me out on this. This is just, I think, my own insecurity of being scared of being called out for this, although I know I shouldn't be. I personally think I shouldn't be, but there are always people who are kind of gatekeepers and a bit more extremist and probably condone tracing in general. So kind of nervous to post this, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, what I forgot to mention is that after I did this study, I did another study of a Ghibli background. You can also already see it on my Instagram if you haven't seen it already. And that one also contained a building, and this time I made a point to explicitly not trace anything. This was all done by me, hand painted, obviously still copied because it was a study, but no tracing at all. And I managed to pull it off just fine. And I realized that sometimes I just need to get over this fear of just starting and do it. And I'm pretty sure if I had done that with this piece, I would have been able to draw the house just as fine as well. I just should have done it instead of chickening out. That's kind of the moral of this, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna upload the other one soon so you can see how I did that. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry I'm kind of rushing this, but the speed paint is not very long. Yeah, let me know what you think about this whole thing, and I'm gonna see you soon. Bye bye.